Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on your geographical location and your time zone. We are going to be discussing the lawlessness, the return of lawlessness in River State. The headline says Wike returns Banana Republic, the lawlessness in River State. You might be talking, you might have heard in the news about what has been ongoing in River State of Nigeria. River State is in Nigeria, it's in the southeast of Nigeria, eastern Nigeria, although nowadays they say that place is south-south, but there's nothing like south-south, but it's at it's what Nigeria created as a zone in Nigeria called south-south, but geographically there's nothing like south-south. You have north, you have south, you have east, you have west. So it's geographically in the eastern Nigeria. So now, basically, River State was formerly governed by Wike, and after the whole this thing, he installed a person called Fubara. And that Fubara, you know, the shenanigans in Nigerian election, there was a massive corruption in the voting system, and how he emerged, not actually with the support of the people, but you know, it was the last election, you know what happened there. Everybody knows about that, but let's not talk about that. That's not what we are talking about today. But we are talking about them after Fubara got into the power. From what Fubara and Wike loyalists were saying, it seems that there was a monkey business they did. There was skeleton in their cupboards. So there was a midnight meeting whereby they signed some anti-people's agenda, selfish interest, whereby the future of the state has to be mortgaged. As alleged by the governor and his supporters and some other people, that the governor is not permitted to be ruling, that Wike, who is now the Minister of Federal Abuja, the capital territory, Abuja, Nigeria, is to be in charge in a way by proxy, meaning that the governor is not allowed to sign anything above, I think they say 5 million or something, so that he has to seek approval from Wike before anything done in the state. And you might be laughing if you are hearing this. You'll be thinking, what am I hearing? That's exactly, that's Nigeria for you. That's where you have a lot of selfish people and wicked people that are in Nigeria. So, and that's the case. And the governor wanted to award one contract of roads, and this triggered the issue. And this thing started creating bad blood and a lot of things. And it seemed that the president called them to do a political settlement, something of such. But that's a very dangerous anti-people this thing. The president was acting not democratically, because he should have called a spade and said, oh, the governor is the governor. Wike, concentrate in Abuja, because there are a lot of problems in Abuja. There are a lot of insecurity and all those things. You have been a governor for 8 years in River State. Now you are now the minister. Concentrate to be a minister, or I will fire you. That's what is done in a pure democracy. You can't be here and there. So you have to concentrate and not distracting yourself. That's why there are a lot of problems in Abuja. There are a lot of issue of insecurity. There are a lot of issue that was happening in Abuja, because the minister is completely distracted. He wants to be ruling River State from Abuja. So that's exactly what was happening in that state. And the whole thing, there was a lot of noise, a lot, people were left on their own. Thinking about there are a lot of hardship in Nigeria now. The politicians has caused a lot of problems for the people. There are a lot of insecurity. There are a lot of joblessness. The naira has almost lost most of its value. There are so much joblessness, so many things. People are crying. You'll be thinking that the politicians will be pursuing people's agenda or thinking about how to help the people that are suffering, are in pain. But not at all. They don't even care about if people are living or not. Even if they are dying, they don't care. So now, Wike pursued his agenda. Most of his House of Assembly members, he sponsored also. They come to APC opposition because the state is ruled by PDP. It's a 100% PDP state. But Wike trying to create instability, and his royalists try to create instability. So the governor is like a gentleman. I know that all of them are the same class. Nigerian politicians, you don't trust them, but he was playing it calmly. He went to the meeting and as was said, he agreed that everything settled down. And because from what was happening is that according to Nigerian law, if you leave your political party and the camp as House of Assembly members, you lose your seat. That's what it should be. That's the law. Because you are not, this party sponsored you and you left that party, taking their mandate, taking their distance to another party. So what it means is that you have lost the whip of that party, the party whip. That's what every democracy does. Because in Nigeria, the politicians manufacture their own law. The law for the rich and the law for the poor. When it comes to the poor, the politicians are quick to point to the poor. This is the law in Nigeria. But the politicians and those rich people doesn't obey the law. They make their own law. They govern themselves. They break the law. They are lawless, completely lawless. Nigerian politicians are completely lawless, and they are wicked. They are really wicked. When we talk about being wicked, when you talk about wickedness, you want to know example of wickedness, you need to come to Nigeria and see Nigerian politicians. That's a typical example of wickedness. So that's what, that's where to find them. So you don't find wickedness much in any other place. If you are actually struggling to find it, you come to Nigeria and there are litany of them. There are hundreds of them, thousands of them roaming about. They show nonchalant attitude. They show greed, cruelty, wickedness, pure wickedness, and witchcraft. So that's exactly what started happening. And since that time, lawlessness has come in. The river state that should be projecting itself, the government and the people trying to solve the mirage of problem of unemployment, of high cost of living, and food insecurity and food inflation, and they are now being distracted. So the minister has distracted himself in Abuja, and he also distracting the governor and the people of River State. And this has actually created a lot of monster-hiding and backbiting and infighting and a lot of things. The governance has completely reduced to zero. So the Wike was boasting that he sponsored the governor and all the politicians in the state. So you'll be asking yourself, where did Wike get all the money to sponsor all these people? Because we know that political stuff, political electioneering and sponsorship is not It's not an easy something. It costs a lot of money. So meaning that he should have been saying that I use the Rivers money, the money to campaign, do all those things, not the other way around, because he can't say that he's that rich to be sponsoring those all these people. So, and you can see how foolish some people can be. A lot of these House of Assembly doesn't care about the people of the street. They care about their godfather. So now, the battle has set now. So suddenly, the governor now realized that he's the governor of the state. He shouldn't allow himself to be bullied. He shouldn't allow himself to be bullied. And, you know, he has to activate the suit about that those renegade lawmakers, I think 27 of them, are non-existent. They have lost their seat. So now, they are trying to fight back and to see if they can, you know, reload and impeach the governor, which they want to act illegally. So but we are just watching the soap opera and see if the powers in Abuja will be backing this shenanigan. Remember, all these things is not good for even the president, because the more you are encouraging this type of thing, the more you are encouraging lawlessness, and that's to actually lead to the fall of democracy in the past. Because I could remember what happened in Anambra State when such a thing happened during Ngige, and peterobi won the election and Ngige was giving it, but the criminals and the charlatans decided, oh, no. The agreement we signed to rig the election to get Ngige in was not being obeyed. So we need to take him out of the way. So, and there was a lot of things was happening, and there was so much lawlessness. There was so much hype. There was so much instability. The governance was reduced to zero. But eventually, the whole thing was overturned. So that's what they are trying to introduce in Rivers State. So think about that. Remember, Wike was trying to be the president of Nigeria. So just think about that. If you have been a governor for 8 years and you think you performed, after leading the state, why not just give way? Why not allow somebody else to continue to be the governor of a state? Must you be everything? Must you be controlling the River State from Abuja? Must you be the Lord of Lords? So somebody else. So there's some people who say, oh, the black people are intoxicated with power. But I don't think it's only black people, but it's endemic in Nigeria. They are cruel, they are very wicked. In the time Nigeria is going under this pain experience, this suffering, Nigerians are suffering. Wike didn't even bother for Nigeria. He's just talking. He doesn't even care. I don't support the governor or any of them, because all of them are birds of the same feather. The politicians in Nigeria are birds of this. They are anti-people. They only care for the people when things are going wrong for them. But what I want to say is this. This lawlessness must be stopped. A governor has to be a governor. You know, I know the politician has no ideology. Those House of Assembly members, all of them should be taken away, because they are not representing people, they are representing themselves. If they can be manipulated by one person, it shows the type of people they are. They are not actually worthy to be entrusted with anything. You know, people to entrust their money, entrust their life, their future on them is very deadly. So that's why we must resist the anti-democratic forces by Wike and his group. These anti-democratic forces are dangerous for Nigerian democracy. We must fight to, hold the electoral of that democracy. Nigeria is not actually practicing democracy, but if we continue the way we are going, what we are calling for is total banana republic, a lawless place. And that's what the Wike and his group is trying to bring to Rivers State. And other people, other dangerous politicians are waiting in the wings in many states, waiting to see the outcome of this. If this thing is allowed to continue, you will be hearing it in Ondo State, you hear it in Kano, you hear it in Sokoto, it will spread everywhere. And the danger for Nigeria is enormous. And these are distractions the politicians use to continue on their enslavement of the masses. So this has to be stopped. This banana republic must be stopped. This lawlessness must be stopped. It should not be allowed to continue because it's anti-people. People are dying in the hospitals. People are dying in the streets because of hunger, because of not having food or medicine. Bad roads everywhere. So this is what should have concerned most of the politicians, but not the case. What they are thinking about is something else. So we must resist them. We must stop these evil practices, these worldly amassment of wealth and the power. You know, power, as they say, corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. So that's why it's very, very important to, you know, put Wike to where he belongs to. That's why he betrayed the real democratic process in Nigeria. You know, that's why Peterobi has become a symbol of true Nigeria and a true Democrat. After ruling 8 years, he just packed and go from Anambra State. He did not return to cause problem like others normally do. He did not want to be godfather to anybody, but he continued, and he's a shining light to Nigeria. That's the only politician in Nigeria that you can bring now. You can, you know, talk about, and you will say, oh, this guy tried. Even his failings cannot be compared to any other politicians. He's a saint among the politicians. So that's why they have not found any skeleton in his cupboard. So I want to hear from you. What is your view on this? Will Wike continue on this? Will Tinubu continue to support this charlatan? Because it's Tinubu's minister. So if your minister is leaving his portfolio as Abuja this thing and consigning himself with what is happening in faraway River State, it shows that the president has to act. The president is not actually controlling his ministers. That's also showing a bad light to the president that is not in control of his administration, because his minister is being being distracted. He's distracting himself, distracting the another organ of the government. So that's what we are discussing about here. So what is your view? Do you think that Tinubu will continue to allow this to continue and also endanger the democracy, endanger his own rule as well? Because as this thing is happening in River State, if the River State start to engulf in flames, it will affect our economy, the oil, because that's the only, we are a monotic economy, a mono economy that depend on oil. So if a lot of pipelines and all those things, there's problems on the creeks and everything, he knows that even the government on the federal level will feel the impact of it immediately. So we must be very careful what we are doing. We have a lot of troubles on our hands already in Nigeria. There are a lot of troubles everywhere in Nigeria. There are a lot of insecurity. So allowing Wike to bring another insecurity, to bring another problem, is something that should be resisted by all. Should be anybody that loves Nigeria should stand and said, Wike, we have enough of you. We have enough of this, this injustice. We had enough of this dancing naked in the market. We cannot continue this way. We must stop this art, because so these are anti-democratic forces that are planning. They did it in the last election. You saw the art of Wike and his group. And this thing, they continue. These are people parading themselves to be leaders of Nigeria. So these are people that are not meant to be near corridors of power at all, because they will destroy everything. So I want to know your comment. I want to know your view on this. Thank you very much for always supporting us. Please share this. Please share so that it will go viral. I am still Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful, and I hope that you are always following our videos. Please subscribe to this channel. Please help us to grow. We are a young channel and we are moving forward. Thank you very much, and God bless you wherever you are. And I see you in the next one. I am Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. Bye.